The simplest things often hold the deepest meanings. In the hustle and bustle of our daily lives, we sometimes overlook the small, seemingly insignificant details that surround us. Yet these tiny elements can carry profound significance and wisdom. Take, for instance, a grain of rice. It can represent sustenance, the very foundation of life for millions of people around the world. This humble grain is a staple in countless diets, providing essential nutrients and energy. But beyond its nutritional value, rice holds a special place in various cultures. It is a symbol of tradition, a key ingredient in rituals and celebrations. From the rice terraces of Asia to the rice paddies of Africa, this grain is woven into the fabric of societies. It can be a point of connection, bringing people together across different backgrounds and beliefs. Sharing a meal that includes rice can foster a sense of community and belonging, or it can be a source of curiosity, sparking questions and leading to new discoveries. The simplicity of a grain of rice can inspire wonder and exploration. Sometimes it can even be a doorway to a whole new understanding of the world. Just as a single grain of rice can open up a world of culinary possibilities, it can also lead to deeper insights and revelations. Such was the case for Rabbi Bob, a man whose journey to Islam began with a simple question about food. This seemingly trivial inquiry set him on a path of profound spiritual exploration. Bob had always been a man of deep faith, dedicated to his religious practices and beliefs. His commitment to his faith was unwavering, and he sought to understand the divine in every aspect of his life. But he also possessed an insatiable curiosity, a desire to learn and grow. This curiosity led him to explore different perspectives and question the world around him. His path would soon lead him to the intersection of these two defining traits, where his deep faith and boundless curiosity would converge. This journey would take him to places he never imagined, both spiritually and physically. Forever altering the course of his life, Rabbi Bob's quest for understanding and truth would bring him to a new faith, a new community, and a new way of seeing the world. It all started with a simple conversation about dietary laws, a topic that might seem mundane to some but held great significance for Bob. This conversation opened the door to a deeper exploration of faith and spirituality, a conversation that would blossom into a profound spiritual awakening, leading Rabbi Bob to embrace Islam and find a new sense of purpose and connection in his life. Through this journey, he discovered that even the smallest things, like a grain of rice, can hold the key to a world of meaning and transformation. Rabbi Bob Cohen was a fixture in his Brooklyn neighborhood. He was known for his warmth, his wisdom, and his unwavering commitment to his faith. For decades, he had served as a respected kosher food supervisor, ensuring that the food prepared in his community adhered to the strict dietary laws of Judaism. Bob took his responsibilities seriously. He saw his role not just as a job, but as a sacred duty. He believed that following the kosher laws was about more than just physical purity. It was about connecting with God through everyday actions. He approached his work with a meticulous eye and a deep sense of purpose. Rabbi Cohen often took the time to educate the younger generation about the importance of kosher practices. He would gather children and young adults, sharing stories and lessons that had been passed down through generations. His dedication did not go unnoticed. The community held him in high regard, often expressing their gratitude for his tireless efforts. He was more than just a supervisor. He was a guardian of tradition and a beacon of faith. Every morning Bob would walk through the bustling markets, greeting vendors and inspecting their goods. His presence was a reassuring sight, a symbol of trust and integrity. Vendors and community members alike respected his judgment and valued his advice. His interactions were always marked by kindness and a genuine interest in the well-being of others. At family gatherings, he would bless the food, ensuring that every meal was a moment of spiritual connection. His blessings were heartfelt, a reminder of the sacredness of everyday life. In his quieter moments, Rabbi Cohen would reflect on his life's work, often jotting down thoughts and prayers in his journal. These reflections were a testament to his lifelong commitment to his faith and his community. Rabbi Bob Cohen's legacy is one of unwavering faith, meticulous dedication, and profound love for his community. He remains a cherished figure, a true kosher guardian. One evening, Bob found himself at a community center lecture. It was a typical evening, but little did he know this lecture would open a new chapter in his life. The topic was Islamic dietary laws, and the speaker was Ustaz Shami Ali, a renowned Islamic scholar visiting from Malaysia. His reputation preceded him, and the room was filled with people eager to hear his insights. Bob, with his inherent curiosity and academic interest in religious practices, was immediately intrigued. He had always been fascinated by how different cultures approached the concept of food and its connection to spirituality. The lecture hall buzzed with energy as Ustaz Shami Ali spoke about halal practices. His words were not just informative but also deeply engaging, painting a vivid picture of the principles and values behind these dietary laws. Bob listened intently, fascinated by the similarities and differences between kosher and halal dietary laws. He noted how both traditions emphasize purity, ethical treatment of animals, and a sense of community through shared meals. The more he learned, the more he felt drawn to understand this different yet strangely familiar faith. It was as if he was uncovering a hidden bridge between his own beliefs and those of Islam. He decided to attend more of the scholars' lectures, eager to delve deeper into the world of Islam. Each lecture revealed new layers of understanding, and Bob found himself increasingly captivated by the depth and richness of Islamic teachings. Outside the lectures, Bob began to read books on Islam, immersing himself in its history, culture, and practices. He spent hours at the library, poring over texts and seeking answers to his growing list of questions. He also started discussions with friends and colleagues, sharing what he had learned and listening to their perspectives. These conversations enriched his understanding and fueled his desire to learn more. Eventually, Bob's journey led him to visit a local mosque. He wanted to experience firsthand the community and practices he had been studying. The warmth and hospitality he encountered there left a lasting impression on him. Reflecting on his journey, Bob realized that his exploration of Islamic dietary laws had become much more than an academic interest. It had opened his heart and mind to a new way of seeing the world, bridging gaps he never knew existed. With each step, Bob felt a growing sense of fulfillment and peace. He embraced this new knowledge, knowing that it had enriched his life in ways he had never imagined. During one particular session, the discussion turned to the Islamic prohibition of alcohol. This piqued Bob's interest. He raised his hand and, in a voice full of genuine curiosity, asked, "Why is alcohol forbidden in Islam?" Ustaz Shami Ali smiled warmly and explained that alcohol was considered an intoxicant that clouded the mind and hindered one's ability to connect with God. He explained that Islam emphasized clarity, mindfulness, and self-control, and that alcohol consumption was seen as a hindrance to these virtues. Bob found himself nodding along, struck by the simple logic and spiritual reasoning behind the prohibition. Section 5. Echoes of Faith. As Bob delved deeper into Islamic teachings, he was surprised to find so many echoes of his own Jewish faith. The emphasis on prayer, fasting, charity, and social justice resonated deeply with him. He felt drawn to the Islamic concept of Tawhid, the oneness of God, which mirrored the core Jewish belief in one God. He began to see Islamic teachings not as a contradiction to his own beliefs, but as a complementary perspective on the same fundamental truths. He felt a growing sense of connection, not just to the Islamic faith, but to the larger human search for meaning and purpose. Section 6. Embracing Islam. After months of study, reflection, and heartfelt conversations with Ustaz Shami Ali, Bob made the momentous decision to embrace Islam. He felt a sense of peace and clarity that he had never experienced before. It felt like coming home after a long journey. His conversion was not a rejection of his Jewish heritage, but rather an evolution of his spiritual journey. He saw beauty and truth in both faiths and felt that his embrace of Islam enriched his understanding of his own Jewish roots. Section 7. Finding Peace in Prayer. Bob embraced the 5 pillars of Islam with a sincerity that inspired those around him. He found solace and direction in the 5 daily prayers, a rhythm of devotion that punctuated his days with moments of reflection and connection with God. The act of prostration, of surrendering himself fully to a higher power, filled him with a sense of humility and peace that he had never known before. He found that the physical act of prayer had a profound effect on his mental and spiritual state, calming his anxieties and centering his heart. Section 8. A Life Transformed. Bob's conversion was a transformative experience. He left his job as a kosher food supervisor, feeling that his path now lay in a different direction. He embraced a simpler life, dedicating his time to studying Islam, volunteering in the community, and sharing his story with others. His journey was a testament to the power of curiosity, the importance of interfaith dialogue, and the transformative nature of faith. He showed those around him that it was possible to honor one's own traditions while embracing the beauty of other faiths. Section 9. Sharing the Journey. Bob's story is a powerful reminder that faith is not a static concept but a journey of exploration and discovery. His journey from kosher to halal transcends the boundaries of religion, offering a message of tolerance, understanding, and the power of human connection. He became a bridge between the Jewish and Muslim communities, sharing his unique perspective and fostering greater understanding and respect between faiths. His life became a testament to the idea that even in our differences we can find common ground, compassion, and a shared humanity.
Bob, a respected rabbi, lived a life devoted to his faith. He was known for his wisdom, compassion, and dedication to his community. For years, Bob had found solace and purpose in his Jewish upbringing. He guided his congregation with warmth and insight, becoming a pillar of their spiritual lives. Bob believed deeply in the tenets of Judaism, finding comfort in the rituals, traditions, and teachings that had been passed down through generations. His faith was unwavering, his commitment absolute. Little did he know that his journey of faith was about to take an unexpected turn. One evening, after a lively Shabbat dinner with friends, a simple question arose about dietary restrictions in different religions. A Muslim colleague spoke about halal practices, sparking Bob's curiosity. He'd always accepted his own faith's dietary laws without much thought, but hearing another perspective prompted Bob to consider the reasoning behind these practices. This seemingly trivial conversation ignited a spark within Bob. He began to research, comparing Jewish dietary laws with those of Islam. He delved into the history and philosophy behind these practices, discovering unexpected parallels and thought-provoking differences. The more Bob learned, the more he realized how much he didn't know. His thirst for knowledge grew, leading him further down a path of exploration and questioning. Driven by his newfound curiosity, Bob immersed himself in Islamic teachings. He attended lectures, read books, and even visited a local mosque. Stepping into the mosque for the first time, Bob felt a mix of apprehension and intrigue. The unfamiliar surroundings, the sounds of prayer, and the welcoming smiles of the people created a sense of both unfamiliarity and a strange sense of familiarity. He observed the rituals, listened to the sermons, and engaged in respectful dialogue with members of the Muslim community. Bob discovered a rich tapestry of traditions, beliefs, and interpretations within Islam. He encountered cultural differences that were initially challenging, pushing him to confront his own preconceived notions. Yet, through it all, Bob remained open-minded, eager to bridge the divides that often separated faiths and cultures. As Bob delved deeper into Islam, he engaged in meaningful conversations with Imam Malik, a wise and compassionate leader at the mosque. Bob was initially hesitant, unsure of how his questions would be received, but Imam Malik's welcoming demeanor put him at ease. They discussed their faiths openly and honestly, finding common ground in their shared values. These discussions were not just about religion, but about life, morality, and the human experience. Imam Malik, sensing Bob's sincerity, welcomed his questions and shared his own insights into Islam. He explained the principles of compassion, charity, and community that are central to the faith. Their conversations weren't about converting one another, but about understanding, respecting, and learning from each other's traditions. They explored the similarities and differences in their beliefs, fostering a deep mutual respect. Bob began to see the limitations of his own understanding. He realized that his previous knowledge was just a small piece of a much larger puzzle. He realized that truth wasn't confined to a single religion or doctrine. It was a vast, interconnected web of wisdom and insight from various traditions. It was a multifaceted jewel, reflecting light differently depending on the angle from which it was viewed. Each perspective added a new dimension to his understanding. Through dialogue, Bob discovered a profound truth that compassion, empathy, and the pursuit of knowledge transcended religious boundaries. These conversations enriched his life in ways he had never imagined. These shared values, he realized, were the foundation of a truly meaningful life. They were the threads that wove together the fabric of humanity, creating a tapestry of shared experiences and mutual respect. Section 5. Controversy and Courage. A community divided. Word of Bob's exploration into Islam spread through his own Jewish community, sparking a wave of controversy. The news traveled quickly, and soon everyone was talking about it. Some congregants felt betrayed, questioning his loyalty and commitment to Judaism. They couldn't understand why he would look outside their faith for answers. Others were angry, accusing him of abandoning his faith. They saw his actions as a rejection of their shared beliefs and traditions. Bob found himself at the center of a storm, facing criticism and judgment from those he had served for so long. The community he had once led with confidence now seemed divided and uncertain. Despite the backlash, Bob remained steadfast in his pursuit of truth. He believed that his journey was essential, not just for himself, but for the growth of his community. He refused to shy away from difficult questions or suppress his evolving understanding. Bob knew that true leadership meant facing challenges head-on, even when it was uncomfortable. He continued to lead his congregation, but now with a newfound perspective. His experiences had given him a deeper insight into the nature of faith and spirituality. He encouraged open dialogue, inviting his community to engage in respectful conversations about faith and the nature of truth. Bob believed that through open discussion, they could find common ground and mutual respect. He believed that true faith wasn't about blind adherence, but about seeking understanding and embracing the complexities of the human experience. Bob's journey was a testament to the power of courage and the importance of staying true to one's convictions, even in the face of adversity. Section 6. Embracing change. A new path unfolds. After a period of deep reflection and soul-searching, Bob made the difficult decision to convert to Islam. He embraced this new faith with humility and a deep sense of gratitude for the journey that had led him there. He recognized that his transformation wasn't a rejection of Judaism, but rather a fulfillment of his spiritual quest. It was a natural progression, an evolution of his understanding of God and the nature of faith. This decision, while deeply personal, had far-reaching implications. Bob understood that his choice would be met with mixed reactions, yet he was prepared to face the consequences, knowing that he had found a truth that resonated deeply within his soul. Section 7. Reflections on Leadership. Honesty and Understanding. Bob's journey challenged traditional notions of religious leadership. His willingness to evolve, to question, and to embrace change set a powerful example for other faith leaders. It highlighted the importance of honesty, even when it was difficult, and the need for ongoing learning and growth within religious institutions. Bob's transformation emphasized that faith leaders are not infallible. They are on their own spiritual journeys, constantly learning and evolving. By sharing his own struggles and triumphs, Bob opened a space for other religious leaders to engage in honest self-reflection. He showed that it was okay to question, to doubt, and to evolve. In doing so, he encouraged a more compassionate and understanding approach to leadership within faith communities. Section 8. Finding Unity in Unexpected Places. Despite the controversy and personal challenges, Bob's journey demonstrated the interconnectedness of humanity. It revealed that even amidst differing beliefs, there existed a shared human experience that transcended religious boundaries. Bob's story became a testament to the power of dialogue and understanding in bridging divides. He continued to engage with both his former congregation and his new Muslim community, building bridges of communication and understanding. He challenged stereotypes and fostered a spirit of unity, reminding everyone that at our core, we are all united by our shared humanity. His commitment to interfaith dialogue created a ripple effect, inspiring others to approach those of different faiths with curiosity and respect. Section 9. The transformative power of seeking truth. Bob's journey from rabbi to Muslim is a testament to the transformative power of seeking truth. His path was not an easy one, filled with moments of doubt, introspection, and profound change. Yet, it was this very quest for truth that led him to a deeper understanding of himself and the world around him. It highlights the importance of questioning, exploring, and remaining open to new perspectives. Bob's story is a reminder that the search for truth often requires us to step out of our comfort zones and embrace the unknown. It is through this process that we grow and evolve. His experience demonstrates that faith is not static. It is a dynamic and evolving aspect of the human experience. Faith can be a journey of continuous learning and transformation, where each step brings new insights and deeper connections. Bob's story encourages us to approach faith with curiosity, humility, and a willingness to challenge our own assumptions. It is a call to look beyond the surface and seek the deeper truths that lie within. It reminds us that the journey of faith is deeply personal, yet it has the power to connect us to something far greater than ourselves. This connection can bring a sense of peace, purpose, and belonging that transcends individual differences. In a world often divided by religious differences, Bob's story offers a message of hope, reminding us that understanding, compassion, and the pursuit of truth have the power to unite us all. It is a powerful testament to the idea that our shared humanity is stronger than the divisions that separate us. It is a story that continues to inspire, encouraging us to embrace the complexities of faith and to approach one another with open hearts and open minds. By doing so, we can create a world where diverse beliefs are celebrated and where the pursuit of truth leads to greater unity and understanding.